like pretty wild way to end it. Yeah, I didn't see how bad the break was till the photos started coming out, and he just looks like Captain Hook, and he's like hopping on the nub. I was like, man, he's like full on broke his leg. You know, at first I was like, what? Was he going to be able to recover in the round? But nah, like that snapped. That's a fight ended then and there. But yeah, just as he does, that's what makes Conor McGregor so dangerous, is that he comes out and he's like an incredibly fast starter. But that's a dangerous game, like just coming out and just winging kicks without really finding your opponent or finding the range. That's like a pretty dangerous way to approach the fight.
I thought it showed, the charitable, nice guy, the true character of Dustin the Doofus Poirier last night. He's out there strutting in front of Conor's face. Obviously, it was a fluke, man. Conor broke his leg. It was a fluke decision ending. It wasn't a knockout. It wasn't a clear-cut decision. What is it? A submission, And the guy's out there strutting in front of the guy's face, at a downfall when that guy made his career and did everything for Dustin to give him this big fight. So I thought it was funny. It showed his true color.
This fight, I'm really sorry to McGregor. Like, because lost like that. This is terrible. It's so bad. And but Dustin, he's a tough. He's a strong. I think he win this round. Yeah, he win this round. And but I don't like this fight because this if he fight 5 rounds or like win like choke or TKO or submission something, okay, it's good. But lost finish like that, for me, I don't like it. I'm really sorry to McGregor.
Oh, man, it's almost like one of those moments when you're like, is that real? Like, did they like set this up? Like, there's like, that's a really bad injury, but like maybe, man, it's crazy. It sucks though. It sucks that it ends that way, because then it's just like, there's always like room for him, for Conor to be like, it's not over. Like, there's one more. Like, Dustin did beat him 2 times, and like, I think I watched a playback. I think it was on Joe Rogan's Instagram, or I can't remember, but Conor kicked. I think he broke his ankle when he threw a front kick, and it hit Dustin's elbow. And like, I mean, shit, like, he broke his ankle, like he put his elbow in the right spot and his ankle broke, and the fight transpired the way that it did. But anything can happen in a fight. Like, I don't know. It sucks again, like, that it was a trilogy fight and there was so much riding on it, and it wasn't like a definitive knockout. But I still think that Dustin won that fight. He won the last fight.
It's a crappy loss. I feel like, man, it's kind of hard to call it a loss when you get hurt. I understand, like we're saying, he was losing the round. He was getting beat up, but hey, man, whatever happens, a loss, and any way you look at it, and that's where you have to take it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, obviously I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana, and Dustin and kind of all of us started together in the same small gym and stuff. So to see his stardom rise in such a capacity is nothing short of inspirational, obviously, and yeah, it was cool. I think it's a legendary moment, and I think he obviously goes down in the Hall of Fame, and I think he was whipping Conor. I think it's justified, 10-8 rounds. And it was only going to get worse from there. So, yeah, and I know there's obviously controversy on either side, but, it was pretty clear in my eyes who was going to, if it wasn't the ankle, it was going to be, I think Dustin, messed up Anthony Pettis' rib in round 4, and he was going to hurt him. Conor was taking too much damage in those 2 minutes on the ground that it was going to get really bad, in 2 and 3. So he was going to hurt him some way.
When he first started, I was saying this. I'm like, okay, Conor, go back to that karate, very, very like wide stance. You know what I mean? Because I felt like when he fought him the first time it was very like close, like very boxing stance. And I don't know if it's just he just switched styles so much. But if you look at the fight, he did both stand. Like he'll be karate sometimes, and then he'll be like a boxer sometimes. I thought he started strong. The first minute and a half, he started really strong. I don't know why he went for the guillotine. I feel like these are things that you build through years in camp, not for one camp. You don't build things in one camp. It's hard. You know what I mean? If you're a jiu-jitsu guy, you could build a move in one camp. But if you're not a jiu-jitsu guy, to go and try to use jiu-jitsu for the first time, it's not a good idea. And then it played to Dustin Poirier's game, and then Dustin Poirier's on top, landing elbows, doing his thing. And but then when they got back up, he got back up, they separated. I'm like, okay, anything could happen at this moment right here. And then you see what happened, that accident. Now, I checked the whole entire replay, and I don't think Dustin really checked any kick. I really didn't see that. I saw him check like a little bit. One, it was the toes hit the knee. It was not the foot. And the way when you see where the foot breaks, it wasn't there. Now, people put in a video now that it says that when he threw a front kick, it hit the elbow. That's what Joe Rogan put, I think, and everybody's going with that. I really don't know. I was talking to my therapist, and she was telling me that he probably had this is probably something that was already building up through camp, Who knows? He would have had like micro fractures or something. We really don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I really don't know. It's just crazy, and it sucks, bro. It really sucks because I don't like seeing fights that played out that way. You know what I mean? It's like I don't like seeing games when I see like right now the NBA finals I'm watching, or when I watch soccer. I don't like seeing when a team plays the other team and the best player went out for an injury, and then it takes away the what if both teams are healthy, who wins? So it's the same thing. I feel like yes, you get a W. But you don't want to get a W like that. It's kind of like looking at Chris Weidman. You don't know if he never would have thrown that kick to Roger Hall. Roger Hall. Who knows how the fight would have played out? But that was a check. He did check that kick, So I've seen accidents like that because it takes away a lot. It's going to take you like, 6 months to a year to recover, then trying to start a camp with that, and you're going to be out for a while. It just sucks. I don't like seeing things like that. It just sucks, man.
Yeah. I think it was the best case scenario for him, and I think it's a smart move part because he kind of just set up his next fight. If he doesn't continue fighting, I think he's still great. He freaking did amazing stuff for for the UFC and really just kind of changed the game for everybody. So people can take shots at him all they want, but I think from when he started, what he did to earn as much as he could and to really kind of just change the game for everybody. It gave everyone like a blueprint, and it helped a lot of people. Of course, he has his antics and he things here and there, but that's who he is. That's what got him to the dance. That's what got him, to this kind of fame. But I think it just sucks the way it happened that, that for somebody, think about the Chris Weidman when he freaking broke his leg. And then Conor broke his leg. Well, it was a tough outcome for him, but best case scenario for him because he made it into a doctor stoppage, which kind of helped him set up the next fight. Of course, the things that he was saying after, of course, I don't know, like you don't get to like people's families and their wives and all that shit. That's a whole different thing. But it is what it is.
That was insane. I mean, it was a great fight up until that happened. I hate to see that happen to Conor. I definitely thought Dustin was gonna win. And I still feel like he would have won had the fight played out. But I hate to see that happen to kind of anybody. You know what I mean? Conor seemed like he was trying to get his mojo back, kind of. And he was touching, Dustin pretty good. Dustin, I feel like, had some mean ground and pound, and so the fight was like a fun fight. Just hate to see that happen. Hate to see it in that way. But also like how Conor was like possessed, even after he broke his leg about beating up Dustin is that was crazy to see. I was in awe.
I don't feel bad for Conor because of what he said. I don't respect people who talk about people's families that way. It's a fight game. You talk about each other. I mean, I found it a little weird that Dustin didn't say anything about Conor talking about his wife and his family the way he did, but that he was more butthurt about, you don't say that you're going to kill it's a fucking fight. You're going in there to fucking try to beat the shit out of each other. Of course you're going to say shit like you're going to leave on a stretcher, you're going to fucking die. You could fucking die in a fight. But you don't say, shit about people's families and wives and fucking throw little nut kicks during weigh-ins and shit like that. And it's going to get to a point where the UFC's going to fucking learn one day, because I don't handle that shit. Where I grew up, we don't fucking do that. Like, you talk about somebody's wife, you talk about somebody's family, you get fucking knocked the fuck out right then and there. So, at the weigh-ins, I've already told my management to let the UFC know I don't play games like that. They fucking throw a kick at me, they throw a fucking slap at me, I'm beating the fuck out of them right there. I ain't no punk.
You're looking for a first resort when it comes to MMA, all around it's Lynch on sports.